Hello everyone, welcome back to Flippin' Ain't Easy. This is John and I'm a bit fired up right now and I'm going to tell you all about it here on the other side. So without any further ado, let's go. As I said, I'm fired up and I'm about to tell you about it here in just a second. Real fast. Let me give a shout out to the new viewers, the people who have never watched my videos before or have never subscribed. Thank you for clicking. Thank you for watching. And please do me a favor. If you like this type of content where we talk anything and everything eBay or reselling, please hit that like button. And please consider subscribing to the channel. I'd certainly appreciate that. And hit that notification bell if you are subscribed so that you can be notified when I make a video or go live. Guys, I am absolutely fired up. I was out and about today, wasn't doing the whole eBay thing. Yes, I got the shipping done. Came back, had some dinner, decided, you know what? I goofed around all day, and that means that the great thing about being a reseller is you can make your own schedule. So I'm working the night shift, and that's what I'm doing right now. So I create a couple listings, everything's going fine, and I get that notification on your phone that you've received a message from an eBay buyer. This buyer is an international buyer in Australia, and it just proves that no matter how many great people you have anywhere in this world, you always are going to have people that are severely lacking common sense. And this one here, to me, takes the cake. So just so you know what I'm dealing with and the whole situation, I would say maybe 2 to 3 weeks ago, I sold this item. This is a JBL brand name. Most of you know what JBL is. This is a Bluetooth speaker, has an alarm function, and comes with a power plug, and it comes with a little antenna so you can pick up your local AM, FM radio stations. And that's all it is, okay? The listing has clear photos, clear description. And I've sold probably about 20 of these already in the last month. So, and I've not had one problem with it. So I get this message from this JOK, and the person's name is JOK1778. So again, it's JOK1778. This person reaches out to me and states that they're in Australia and they've opened up the packaging and they cannot plug the plug into, I'll open this up. So this person, JOK1778, sends me a message and states that they received the package or the speaker, and that they received the American plug and they did not receive the Australian adapter or the Australian power supply for this speaker. Now, this is all that comes in this with this speaker, okay? This is sold in the United States. This is your standard plug. Everyone see that? And it retracts. Okay, and that's all great. Now, why would I include anything other than what I've shown photos for in the listing? And why would I include an Australian adapter? And so this is for you guys out there who may sell electronics and don't even have any idea, but there are actually 14 types of these electronics adapters that plug into your wall, okay? And there's type A through type N. And Australia has one, I believe Europe has one, the US has one, and of course there's 11 other entities around the world that have their own way to plug in an electronics device. I don't know why that is. Someone please comment down below if you know why that is. But to me, that's not important. I'm a US seller. You are obviously buying from a US seller when you're buying overseas. And you would have to know, or maybe that person's education level, they certainly think that their world is sort of out there in Australia in the outback that everyone revolves around them, or whatever their mindset is. Now, I'm not saying Lenny or Lauren, you guys think that way. This one person obviously somehow thinks that no matter where they buy around the world, that they should have an adapter for their location included in the package. I don't know. So he sends me this message wanting to know and wants me to send him an adapter. And I'm like, okay, wow. So first of all, my mind's going, okay, this is a person who bought this item. They use the global shipping program. And, you know, heaven forbid this person try to open up a case and like an INAD, item not as described, and have me on the hook, not only for the shipping, because as a seller, I'm shipping it to Erlanger, Kentucky, domestically, not internationally. But I'm on the hook for a refund of all the fees that they've paid eBay, including the fees that were used to send the item to them, to Australia, but also a return label from Australia back here in the United States. And that's kind of going through my mind. So I'm kind of jumping ahead. But I sent a reply to the buyer that, hey, you know, we only sell these with the US adapter. We do not have, or we do not even, you know, have any way of giving you an adapter. It's possible you can buy one there locally. However, you know, we just don't have that here. I'm sorry, but I just can't resolve this for you. So I know that something's up. Just my sixth sense says something's up. So I call eBay because I had another issue to deal with anyway. I don't like being on the phone with eBay. I can throw them on speakerphone. I can work with them on the phone. It doesn't inhibit my ability to work. And so I get the rep on the phone. Thankfully, it's a U.S. agent for managed payments. I believe his name was Taylor. And got on the phone with me. And I explained the situation. And I said, look, I know that 9 times out of 10, this isn't it. There's usually more to the story. And there's more to what's going to happen. So I'm trying to nip this situation in the bud and talk to you guys to find out what the recourse is should this person try to escalate this to a return or a negative feedback kind of situation. Oddly enough, this rep goes into this whole thing about we don't really know all there is to this situation. Really depends on your listing, what you offered in the listing. And I'm like, wait, you can see my listing. Why don't you take a look? I didn't offer anything like that. I offered exactly what's photoed here. Everything that's in this box is photoed. And very clearly, it states what comes with this particular listing. And he said, well, you know, we leave that up to the seller to figure out how to deal with their buyer. Why don't you reach out to your buyer? This is the whole thing. I mean, I thought this was just limited to international reps, but apparently, I guess this might be their training tool that they give their people on the phone, even in the United States. Contact your buyer. I have contacted my buyer and work with my buyer. Well, what do you mean by that? And he stated to me that, you know, sometimes it can be resolved by giving a partial refund, or, you know, you can maybe buy and send them an adapter. I said, well, wait. Let me ask you a question. You're in the US. Do you sell on eBay? He told me he sells in old video games. I said, okay, so how would you feel? You sold a video game to somebody and they sent you a message back after receiving it asking you, how come you didn't send me the limited edition version of this game? Even though you didn't have that game in limited edition version, and nor did you describe or advertise it that way on your listing. And he's like, well, you know, it just really depends. You know, maybe I'd give a $5 refund to pacify the situation so it doesn't escalate. I said, see, that in itself is part of the problem. And the fact that you would offer that to another seller as a way to resolve the situation, you guys are only enabling bad buyers. They learn these techniques because they try it, it works, and guess what? I'm going to buy another item and I'm going to try it again the next time. And by you even offering this as an eBay representative to sellers as a way to resolve this, it only just creates more bad behavior by the buyers. And I said, this is just one example where I was hoping to come to you, eBay, and say, hey, this is a situation I'm dealing with. I need your advice. Okay, even though I pretty much knew their answer. But again, I don't think I'm wasting my time. Sometimes you get good eBayers that'll take care of it, or eBay reps that'll take care of this situation for you. But you know, he was more in defense mode, because I really don't think he knew. You know, to his credit, he's a nice guy, but honestly, you know, as a seller, I want a consistent answer. It just seems like eBay is really 100% in it for the buyer, and the seller is just secondary. And I continue to say it, and it just is so sad. There has to be a great buying experience because we want these people to come back, but you don't neglect the sellers that are coming to you and saying, I've got a real problem here. And I said, look, I've got a problem here. This is probably going to come back as something. And, you know, I want to know, should it come back as a return, as a false return? I don't want to be on the hook for all that, because I did nothing wrong other than sell and ship exactly what I advertised. You know, there was no adapter for an Australian plug here. Could he have said the same thing, that maybe I didn't send an Xbox system with it? I mean, really, it seems extreme, but at what point does this end? I mean, really, why isn't a rep able to say, you know what, you're right, we see what you're talking about, I'm going to note the account so that if something does happen, you know, you're on top of it, you've notified us, and we've got your back, and we'll take care of it. We will squash this before it even becomes a problem. And I told him, I said, as a rep for eBay, you're not providing me any kind of reassurance that you guys have my back as a seller, and that's really bothersome. So I said, you know what, I will cross that bridge when I get there, okay? But just know that in my mind, this is not the last from this customer. So I went to another situation. I asked him to help me resolve a situation where an item not received case from like 3-4 weeks ago. He put me on hold, he looked into it, and he's going to send an email. They're great at sending emails, but they're never proactive to say, hey, I got you, we're going to take this off, right? So while he had me on hold, something told me to check my feedback. And wouldn't you know it, my first eBay novel, almost all 500 characters were used to give me a negative feedback. Isn't that wonderful? And he mentioned that I'm selling electronic items internationally, and I'm not including things like an Australian plug so that people in Australia or internationally can use this item. But never did I get an email from this person before they bought it asking me about it. First time I've ever even heard from this person is when they decided to contact me tonight. So I decided, heck, every novel deserves a sequel. So I went on and did a rebuttal, and I said, this person is on Australia. They fail to realize that these major manufacturers only ship the plug type for the item that they're selling to the location, or based on the location that they're selling the item for. So I have never received an Australian adapter, nor will I ever, and no seller of this item or any other electronics item in the United States has items like this that come with an Australian adapter, and there's 14 other international adapters. And I use the rest of my space to say to all you people reading this right here, please know we reply quickly to all emails received. So please contact us before buying if you have any questions, as we're honest sellers. And I used every bit, 500 characters. And you know what? I just think it's all ridiculous. I kind of liked it in my last video. I thought it was going to be a good idea, but the idea that it just looks ridiculous. You know, you used to a one-liner, hey, didn't receive the item. Hey, item arrived late. Hey, item arrived broken. Those are the kind of feedback types I'm used to seeing. But to have someone write a novel, hey, you know what? I'm going to rebut and I rebutted with all 500 characters. So I don't know, guys. I don't know where this is going to go, because when this guy came back on the line, this Taylor, he came back and said, I told him what happened, and he said, well, I can send an email to request to have this removed. Now, that came off kind of weird, because he told me early in the conversation that all I had to do is call back and they'd take care of it. In the past, if I had something like this, they were quick to just say, okay, we got you, we're going to take it off, and that's it. Why do I have to wait? I told them before hanging up, I'm going to enjoy my 24 to 48 hours of a suppressed search engine optimization, SEO, in the eBay search engine, because I have a fresh negative feedback, which I don't think it's too big of a deal, but it's part of the algorithm, and it does come into play. Maybe not a lot, but a little bit. And guess what? One person that's denied seeing my item that may have bought it is one too many as far as I'm concerned. We shouldn't be penalized in any way, shape, or form because somebody had an assumption that something was included. They didn't bother to reach out. They didn't bother to look at the listing. And they have all the power in the world to leave that negative feedback, to maybe, you know, it hasn't happened yet, but to maybe open a return. And there's no backing by eBay when this happens, and all the power is in the buyer's hands, and we are literally at the buyer's mercy, even when there is zero relevance to their complaint. Zero. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. eBay has a great way of creating content for YouTubers like myself. And as soon as this happened, I told Jenna, I said, you know what? I was telling you earlier, or asking you, hey, what should we do a video on? Aren't things great how things work out when you just need a sign from the heavens that you need some content and you need something to talk about, and we got it. And unfortunately, it's at my expense, and hopefully eBay's watching, they're listening. Hopefully they've got my back and they will help out and step in and take care of it. So that's my rant. I'm sorry I went off on such a tangent, but please leave your comments down below. Tell me what you think. Also tell me what you think about this 500 character deal with the feedback. First impression of using it, seeing it, I don't like it. It's an eyesore. Please put your comments down below. Let me know what you think of this new feedback feature. Instead of 80 characters, we now have 500 to use, not only when you're leaving feedback, but also when you're replying to it. Please tell me what type of videos you want to see me make here in the future. Also leave that down below, because I want to deliver not just the content I want to create. Yeah, that's my channel and I can create whatever I want, but I'm really creating this channel, or I've created this channel for you guys, and it would really help me to really understand some of the topics, or kind of topics that you want to see. More unboxings, how-to videos where I'm on the computer, or just kind of just sitting here in front of my liquidation boxes here that I'm selling, and you know, just ranting and talking to you about different things that I experience. And maybe it's a combination of all of those things. Maybe you like the variety, and that's fun. Would you like to see a collaboration video? I have something in the works that I'm trying to work out, where myself and another eBay seller will come on here and just talk eBay stuff. And I like those kind of videos, but I want to make sure it's the kind of content you guys want to see. And of course, leave that down below. So again, I'm going to close out, but please, before you go, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. Live stream, I'm going to shoot for Sunday. Usually I do it at noon, but I want that sun to pass so we don't have that problem again. So I'm going to do it 1 o'clock Pacific time, 4 o'clock Eastern. Look out for the reminder that comes up on YouTube. And if IC is out there, that's EYE, I think it's SEE. She won the tumblers, the eBay tumblers that I received from the eBay celebration last year, and I would like to send that to you. So please send me an email. You'll see my email link here at the end of this video. Please send me an email so I can get that sent out to you, okay? And so that's IC, that's EYESEE, okay? And I do plan on giving out some stuff here, future live stream videos. I just got to kind of figure it out, but that was one thing eBay related that I had, and I'm glad to be able to do that. So again, guys, have a great night. Flipping ain't easy, and we will see you here on Sunday, 1 o'clock Pacific, 4 o'clock Eastern time. You guys have a great rest of your week.